So you take and you fill your pan or your pot with oil. I'm using corn oil right now, not one of my favorites, but it's better than nothing. And I'm going to try this on the electric stove top. I've never had much luck with it, but we're going to try it this way. If it doesn't work, I'll have to take it out to the barbecue pit and turn on the barbecue. Hopefully I have gas out there to finish this off. You put a thermometer, and they actually make one that will sit right on the side of your pan, but I can't find it. But you want to make sure that it's not touching the bottom of the pan when you put it in there. I have an electronic one here that I'm running that'll beep at me when it gets up to temperature, and the temperature should be between 350 and 365, so I set it for about 358. So now we just have to wait for this to warm up, and then once it gets to temperature, I will try to cook it and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, our oil has got up to temperature. You can hear my thermometer beeping at me. It's actually above the set temperature that I have it at, but it's okay. So that just means I need to turn it down just a little bit. And I know once I put my frozen sticks in there, it's going to cool it down a little bit. So that's right about where, well, it just jumped up, but yeah. Like I said, you want about 350, 365-ish. So we're going to pull our beautiful sticks out. And we're going to drop only a couple in at a time because this isn't that big of a pan. So let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I don't have the utensil that I'd prefer to use. 2, 3. I think I can probably get away with 4 in this pan here. You drop them in there for about a minute, minute and a half. Ew. Okay, yeah, I might turn it down just a little bit because we're at 381 instead of 360, but it'll work. Okay. This should take about a minute, minute and a half. I'll show you it again once I cook a couple and we will see. Alright. Okay, well, they came out a little bit overdone for my liking. But, so I'm going to try to readjust the temperature and do it again. So I don't even know if they cooked in the center, because that wasn't even a minute and a half like it was supposed to have been. So we will check it out here in just a second, and we'll show you what it looks like in the center. Okay, well, let's see what happened. My temperature kept on rising instead of holding. I got up to about 450, so I'm trying to let it cool back down. But so these ones kind of burn on the outside, and the cheese didn't get done like it was supposed to. I'm going to try to bring my temperature back down and try to get it to hold at a regular temperature, and we'll try it again with another batch. Alright, see you all here in a few. Okay, so we're going to try it in the deep fat fryer. Or not the deep fat fryer, but the air fryer. I got 8 of them in there on the shelf, and this should be close to what it's supposed to be at. Going to hit start. I went and preheated it, and then I put them in, and I didn't spray them because I ran out of spray. You're supposed to spray them with like a cooking oil, lightly spray them, but we'll see how it comes out without it in there. Here, let's see. Here we go. We'll try this out. I still haven't got the oil to a temperature that I can cook the other ones at yet. I've done turn it off, see if I can get it cooled down enough where I can do it in the oil again without burning them and make them cook. Like I said, these ones will probably not cook the way that I want them to, being that they're not the whole milk mozzarella, and also it has the cheddar mixed with it, so they're not going to be as stringy as usual. And we're going to try this out and see how it works here. Alright, we'll talk again soon. Okay. This here's at about 12 minutes in the air fryer at 390. And like I said, each air fryer is going to be a little bit differently, but the best way to tell when they're done is kind of once the cheese starts to pop out. You can usually tell. As you can tell, it doesn't get as golden brown as they would if you were at a restaurant, but we will see what it looks like. Actually, I'll do one right now and tell you my thoughts on it. Besides it's being hot, it's all right, but I like the texture a little bit better when they're usually done in the grease. But they're good. Definitely can taste the Italian seasoning though, doing it in the air fryer over the grease. Okay. And here's the difference between, okay, I finally got the oil down to temperature. And that's about the color you want it to be all the way around. And as you can tell, the color difference is different. That's the one in the oil. This is the one that was done in the deep fat, or in the air fryer. Alright. And if you do it in the oven, well, like I said, you're supposed to spray these with a little bit of cooking oil before you put it in the air fryer, but I didn't have any cooking oil to spray it with, so they might have came out a little bit darker if I would have done it that way. Alright,